Hey everyone, Andrew 5.0 here. Welcome back to another installment of Need for Speed Heat's Best Off-Road Starter Cars. Let's quick start out here and take a look. Our 69 Dodge Charger is still at top. The last episode we did the AMG G-Wagon, and that beat out the Ford Raptor for third place. And then the surprise, the Range Rover SVR. Bum 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 bum. Totally bombed. A decent off-road vehicle, or so I thought when I started this game, is at the bottom of the list. So without further ado, let's get on to our next set of cars. Here we are at our performance chart. You can see today's cars are going to be the VW Beetle and the GTR 2000. Just to recoup some of our rules here, we're going to start with cars that start below 160, and we're only going to go up to a performance level of 160 because that's where Jenny 2 is. We have to start someplace, so those are just the ground rules I set with. We're also going to be going with the lowest set of parts that we can go with, and no downgrades to transmissions or clutches if they start with higher level elite parts. VW Beetle, which actually I'm going to touch on some of those elite parts issues. Base cost $18K, cost performance level $181K for a total start cost of $199K. Now this is the most expensive car on our list so far, even though it starts out at the lowest of the base cost. And here's another reason why I put it on here. The 0-60, 3.3 seconds. Even the Subaru WRX is only 3.67 seconds. 11.8 and a quarter mile, which is still pretty quick, and a rather average 138 for the top speed. Now, the thing about this and why it's so expensive is I actually had to go to elite parts in order to get up to the 160 level on the base engine. If this car winds up being freaky fast, which with that 0-60 3.3 seconds, it's hard to say how it's going to perform. It might get an asterisk on here. Our next car is the GTR 2000, starting in at $27K, and a cost to get the performance level up to 160 is $153.5K for a total cost of $180.5K. 3.83 seconds in the 0-60, 12.33 seconds in a quarter mile, and 147 mile per hour top speed. So let's go take a look at these cars in the garage and see how exactly we got there. So here we are with a Volkswagen Beetle, and you can see what I was talking about with those elite parts. Now I think you get these parts unlocked at a level 31, so this still kind of can fall into one of those starter car builds. Say you got to off-road way late at stuff, which some people don't even do off-road until way later and they got nothing else to do. Some people just aren't digging it and not feeling it, so that's where most of our costs from. That's why this thing is the most expensive car on our list for starter cars right now. And again, might get an asterisk depending on if it turns out to be a freak or not, because it does fall a little outside my criteria for what I consider starter cars. You can see we got almost full upper left-hand corner on the performance grid. So again, with that 0-60 acceleration, I'm kind of expecting this to maybe be a top 3 car. And next on our list is Skyline 2000 GTR 1971. You can see we didn't make it all the way up the full upper left-hand corner, kind of reminiscent of the S2000. So I'm not sure how this is going to perform. This one was actually requested. If there's a maxed out version of this, a few other YouTubers have taken a look at and say this thing is ungodly. So I just wanted to get on our starter car list, so when I get around to it, we can definitely add it and see what all the hype's about. But starting out, super parts, super plus parts for the later two, and our dual turbocharger, which is pretty much standard on most of these starter builds. You can see nothing real special, just super plus parts for the rest. So let's get these things out to the track and knock out some times. Where they rank, we're creeping up on a top 10 list here. This will be 9 cars, and hopefully we crest that top 10 mark on our next episode. Got back from Thrash and Inspiration, the VW Beetle, and the 71 GTR 2000. And just a shout out to subscriber Caravan Ride or Die for requesting last week the GTR 2000. This car was on my radar, but honestly wasn't going to do it for a while. Glad I did, because nail biter today. Got a new second and third place here. The VW Beetle. And again, I said I was going to put an asterisk if this thing did really good. I did have to put an asterisk. We came in second place with a time of 2:51.52 seconds, and the GTR 2000 right on its heels at 2:51.66. Like I said, new top three here. 69 Charger, still pretty untouchable. Still got a 2-second lead on anything I've tested in starter car form so far. Final thoughts. VW Beetle. Again, asterisks. It's quick. It's 0 to 60 is quick. Quarter mile, it starts to average out a little bit. Lots of first places, even against Vernon, which says a lot. If you know who Vernon is on Inspiration, you know what I'm talking about. I think that guy's in an Evo, and that car is just quick. To beat him without nitrous or playing dirty is pretty impressive. And both the VW Beetle and the GTR 2000 both were able actually to pull that off. Once they fixed that car, it handles pretty good. I honestly wasn't going to do that until they did something with it, and the last patch they actually fixed some of the handling on the VW Beetle. Still freaky fast on that 0 to 60. With the elite parts on there, I'm not sure how much potential this has, because again, I had to use elite parts just to get up to 160. I'm guessing that stock engine's got to go pretty quick with an engine swap in order for that thing to even get through the first sweep of off-road races without even going to the 290 races. GTR 2000. Okay, now I've seen this one. A few other YouTubers have done this. Their build was straight up to the top of off-road and in the middle. Now, you saw in our performance grid, we were far upper left-hand corner, not quite all the way there. This thing seemed to want to slide around. Why you would want that more in the middle of your performance grid over towards drift, I don't know. The more time you spend drifting and sliding your back end around, you're going slower. If you're not gripping, you're going slow. You can't avoid it with certain corners. The car's definitely going to hit my best off-road series. I think it definitely has some potential there. But again, my build's going to be a little different, although I will test some of the other builds I've seen on. There we have it. New second and third place with the VW Beetle and the GTR. Any more cars that you'd like to see on this list, please hit me up. Again, shout out to the new subscriber there that called out the GTR 2000 way later on before I hit this one up. If there's any other cars you guys want to see, please give me a like, subscribe, and drop a comment. It all helps me out with my channel and helps you guys see what you want to see on YouTube. So I'm Andrew 5.0. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'm out of here.